Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Bill. We're going to be in the labyrinth fantasy trip for this video. We're on pole weapons. We're looking at all the combat rules. I think I covered pole weapons earlier, but I might not have, so that's why we're going to do this video today. This is going to cover pole weapons and jabbing with a pole weapons. I think I remember covering jabbing with a pole weapon. Okay, so let's read into pole weapons. Pole weapons include javelins, spears, halberds, pickaxe, tridents, and pike. In normal combat, these weapons do slightly less damage than regular weapons requiring the same strength, since they are clumsier. However, pole weapons are the only handheld weapon that can strike an enemy not in an adjacent hex, and they are especially good against charging foe or when being used in a charge. So, what they're saying is, for D&D terms, this weapon would have reach. It could go 2 hexes to attack an enemy in melee instead of just the one that's in front of you. A charge attack is defined as an attack in which the attacker moves from non-adjacent hex to an adjacent hex to his target. If you begin your move next to, but not engaged with, an enemy, you can move 1 hex away and then move back, and this is still a charge attack. Pole weapons are good either for or against charges. A pole weapon's length gives it an advantage in a charge attack situation. Therefore, on any turn when a pole weapon is being used in a charge attack or against a charge attack, or both, roll all the pole weapon results first in order of the adjusted dex before resolving any other attacks. So your armor would adjust your dex and stuff like that. So that's what they're saying. Take all that into account, and whoever has the highest would go first. Thus, a polearm user has a chance to kill or knock down a figure with a shorter weapon before the other can strike, even if the other figure has a higher dex. A figure who stands still or simply changes facing and uses a pole weapon against a charge attacker gets a +2 dex. So that would be, your dex would be 2 higher for your attack rolls. If a figure has not yet moved, it is perfectly legal for it to turn in place during its movement phase to face a figure attacking from behind. A figure which has already moved, of course, may not change facing again. In any case where a pole weapon is being used in a charge attack and the attacker moved 3 hexes or more in a straight line, the polearm does 1 extra die of damage if it hits. If a pole weapon is used against a charge attack, it also gets the extra die damage, whether or not the enemy moved in a straight line. So when using it against someone charging at you, even if they didn't move in a straight line, you'll get that bonus damage. That's good. When one polearm user charges another, both results will be rolled before any other combats are resolved. The one with the higher adjusted dex will strike first, then, if he lives, the other one. When the polearm is used in regular combat, not charging, it does only normal damage and is rolled in its turn like any other weapon. Jabbing with a pole weapon. A pole weapon can be used to strike at a figure 2 hexes away. This is called a jab. There is no dex penalty. A polearm user has a jab area in front of him, the 3 hexes ahead of his front hex as shown. Tridents and javelins are too short to jab. So essentially where the dots are, you could go 1 space higher than what would be in melee and jab with your pole weapon. The polearm user, Ragnar again, may jab at foes in hex Y only if there is no one in hex X. X would have been that open spot, and Y would have been straight ahead. He may jab at a figure in either of the Z hexes, which would be the 2 dots that were to the left and right, regardless of an intervening figure, because he is jabbing along a line between hexes. A spearman working from between and behind 2 swordsmen is a dangerous foe. So you put a swordsman immediately in your melee, and you can jab at people that are trying to flank or whatnot. A jab is a regular attack. A polearm user may not charge to a hex 2 hexes away from his victim and jab for extra damage. A jab only does normal damage, no matter how the polearm user or his target had moved. So you don't get charged while you're the charged bonus damage while you're jabbing. So that clarifies that a little bit. And that's how the polearms work in the labyrinth. Let me know what you all think about that in the comments below. Until we all game again, guys.